Hey guys, we have Fred here with us. He spent a few days last week. He flew all the way from Canada, and now he's going to talk about his experience with us, and he's going to give us and you guys his feedback about how we performed as gentlemen's lab trainers, and what he thought of our system and our contribution to hopefully betterment of his social and dating life.
All right, before we go and move on, I just want to confirm that this guy is a real. He's not a trained or paid actor because I have no money to pay an actor, and it could be a resemble to the type of actor I got when you find out that he's as stiff as they come. No, I'm kidding.
So,
Yes, yes.
so how was the week, and what do you think of us and your experience?
The week was very good. It was an intense 7 days that I went through, and you guys were a couple of my trainers throughout this week.
Yeah.
And I'll start with Ali because Ali was first chronologically. And it was a good night. You challenged me a lot harder than any of the trainers challenged me previous to that. And just challenged my mindset, challenged my fears, made me give voice to my fears, and really think through what would happen if my worst fears came true. And really what it comes down to is that it's all construct in my mind. You help me to realize that and move past some of it. I'm still working through that issue. It's definitely not a one and done thing, but it did really help me out a lot. Grateful, thank you.
Was there anything that stood out to you from that night?
What stood out the most was just your, that whole night was probably the first real taste of success that I had in the program that I was taking there. Most of what we had discussed in our session, like you and I, was centered around getting the inner game sorted out, getting core beliefs, finding out, understanding who I am as an individual, and what that means. And like we discussed, you said you were going to mess me up later. And you thoroughly messed me up that night.
Because I literally thought when you said that to me, you said, "Oh, you really messed me up," and I was like,
I had the best results from the course that I took were on the nights that I was working with you guys. I lost track of how much time was spent in that one interaction that took place at the bar there. And I remember being a little disoriented walking back, and I was trying to find you guys. And you waved me down from the door and said, Fred, we're over here.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
You were like, wow, I'm walking on the clouds now. Because before this, you were saying, I don't think I can even do a minute conversation with a woman.
Yeah, I recall making that statement. And then when I met up with you guys, I said, Fred, you were gone for an hour. What? No way it was an hour. Sure enough, our initial discussion, hour long, where we discussed all the concepts you were talking about, everything that I needed to get sorted within myself, my inner game, my core beliefs, and understanding who I am. All of that stuff was floating around in my head. 3:30 a.m., laying in bed trying to sleep. And adding on top of that, the very sparkling interaction that we had that evening at the bar with there was 3 ladies, 2 from Poland and 1 from Sweden.
Yeah.
Where they were not only were they smoking hot,
it was smoking hot.
They were smoking hot, and it was an interesting, very interesting conversation that flowed out of that. It's not something I believed I could even participate in. Have confidence in my own ability to contribute and to keep things rolling.
And Alexa was an actress, super hot, super hot. Alexa.
I think I know her.
Really?
I know you guys are talking about. I will show you the pictures later.
Yeah.
She's very petite.
Petite.
Yeah. Big blue eyes.
Yeah, big blue eyes.
Yeah, I think I know her.
Little.
Yeah.
No, it's just cute, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I actually met her 2 years ago with a Swedish friend of hers.
Swedish, yeah, she was there.
She's
Blonde.
blonde as well.
A
Yeah.
little bit older, yeah, she was there. That's so weird.
Yeah.
So there you go. Apparently, you can't approach any woman that Ali hasn't already had an interaction with. And the thing is, one thing I loved about it was that at the time it was just me and you, and I was speaking to one of them, and one of the Polish girls actually, and you were talking to Alexa, the P one, and her friend, the Swedish one, and they were like so into you, so into talking to you that they just didn't want to leave. They were like this, they were leaning forward towards you, which was really. I was kind of overwhelmed a little bit by that because most of the times, obviously, like women of that image give you the different reaction. They're mostly letting you do all the work, talk. But it was like 50-50. In fact, sometimes they were asking you more questions about you and stuff, and it's really great.
Yeah, I do recall that. We were standing outside for some time there, and we got on. It was a wide variety of things we were discussing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a one-track conversation. We were talking about cinema. We were talking about music. We were talking about all the different aspects of these topics. That there's some serious depth to these ladies.
Right, good. I mean, the other thing you said that it's like you're going to move from a small town to a big town and everything else, and it's great they're taking these steps. That's like one thing I admire about you is like you literally said, this is what I'm going to do. What you said, lay it down, and I can see it happening. And obviously, I'll keep in touch with you between now and then anyway. So I'm really intrigued and excited about where you go from here.
Any last words from you? Like, what would you tell guys that watching this video? What would be your recommendations to them about us, about what they should be doing with their life, what kind of action they should take?
Well, I'll start with what I feel the viewers of this video should be doing with their lives on as far as this subject goes. So there is no shame in admitting and acknowledging that you need help. If you're suffering in your social life, if you're not happy with how your dating life is going and your ability to interact with women, it's cool to ask for help. It takes courage, and it took me a long time to work up to this point because I've always had this mental image in my mind that a man doesn't ask for help, especially in this area of his life. That would be like admitting the worst cardinal sin, if you will, right? So I encourage you guys to look these guys up, do it, go for it. You owe it to yourself. And when you begin to believe that you deserve a better life, that you deserve better social circumstances, social credibility, you can't really put a price tag on that. If it's a bruised ego that you're worried about, or any type of public humiliation or shame, that really doesn't exist. It's all just built up in your head. And that's one of the things that Ali here really drilled home for me. It's like, what is the worst thing that's going to happen? And if they laugh at you, what's going to happen? Are you going to die? Well, obviously not. And, the interaction went really well that night anyways, so no worries there. But if I can put a plug in for these guys, these guys are top notch. Ali is very good at what he does. Daniel's very good at what he does. And I want to say that their styles really complement each other. And, if you work with these two gentlemen, it'll be an integrated package.